After several complaints against businessman Evie Bobda and the intervention from some leading women in the country, headed by the Minister of Women's Empowerment and the Promotion of the Family, Professor Marie-Therese Abena Ondoa, the forces of law and order this 1 a.m. morning arrested the sex predator at his uncle's Bonaberi residence in Douala. High Prime for tonight brings you the circumstances leading to the arrest of businessman and sex predator Evie Bobda. That was our lone headline. Good evening to you all. You are welcome to High Prime of Wednesday, the 31st of January 2024. For our presentation, I am attending Larry Kevin Tabot. We start with this Bobda story. Sexual abuse has a negative connotation on sex survivors. As such, many of them go through a lot of circumstances that makes society to look at them as half-caste. In the upcoming report, Alice Lekeliengo Ikome tells us on the negative connotation attributed to survivors of rape and sexual abuses.
Abusive sexual behavior Abusive sexual behavior by one person upon another are some of the common cases recorded in most human rights centers and in police files. Unfortunately, most at times, this act is being perpetrated on children and has damaging impacts. This can have psychological, emotional, and physical effects on a survivor. It is important to note that this act is not only perpetrated on children, but also on adults. Girls, women, and men are all victims of sexual abuse. This falls in line with the recent post trending on social media about the arrest of Bobda, the HIV infector. According to many testimonies given by hundreds of persons on social media, Bobda has been raping both men and women, infecting them with HIV. However, these are all claims that need to be investigated. That notwithstanding, sexual violence and abuse impact the life and well-being of victims and survivors in different ways, such as physical health, mental and emotional health, behaviors, and social life. In this light, justice should always be maintained in such cases, damages repaired for the lives of the survivors and victims can never be the same again.
We remain with the Evie Bobda affair. Cameroon security forces in the city of Douala have arrested the sex predator and businessman Evie Bobda. His arrest that was conducted by the forces of law and order took place this early hours of today's morning as from 1 a.m. at his uncle's Bonaberi residence in the city of Douala. Evie Bobda is accused of sexually abused several men and women in the cities of Douala, Limbe, Boya, and some other parts of the country. More with you, Rita Mafani Mujoko, who narrates the circumstances leading to the arrest of Evie Bobda.
Ever since the Cameroonian journalist and whistleblower break the story of 45-year-old businessman Evie Bobda for allegedly raping a huge number of women, men, young boys and girls have come on board narrating their different ordeals they had with the alleged sex predator. The different testimonies that were later on taken serious by the Cameroonian press were embarked on serious investigations which later on surmounted to an official complaint against Evie Bobda from some leading women including the Minister of Women's Empowerment and the Promotion of the Family, Prof. Marie-Therese Abena Ondoa. This caused the elements of defense and security forces who raided and sealed one of his luxurious apartments in the Bonaprizo neighborhood of Douala yesterday as he was nowhere to be found. With this, Heavey Bobda was declared a wanted man as the security forces captured and arrested him in the Bonaberry neighborhood of Douala 1 a.m. on Wednesday, January 31st. He has been taken to the Bonajo police station for further investigation. According to some accounts, the said sex predator Heavey Bobda is infected with the HIV and AIDS virus. As the nation Cameroon sits and waits for the outcome of this case, everyone's wish is for justice to have its way.
A senior barrister and member of the Cameroon Bar Association residing in the city of Douala, Barrister Ashu Emmanuel, spoke to our Douala-based correspondent on the circumstances and effects of those who harass women and boys when it comes to sexual abuses. More with him with this interview.
Now, let me say here, the fact that it is only on social media does not mean that there is no offense. Because what is being said on social media is proof that there is fire somewhere that is producing smoke. And what is being said on social media can be taken as judicial proof. The law on social media, on the management of social media in Cameroon, enables Antique to come out with all those statements, certify them, and those statements, if they are certified by Antique, can be used as evidence before a court of law. Now we are talking about kicking off judicial proceedings. This is a matter where we are talking about supposed rape. None of us was present when it happened or it did not happen. So many women stand up and say, this man raped me. Let me say here, in sexual offenses, what matters to the courts is the statement of the victim. Take that very clearly. The prime factor in sexual matters is the statement of the victim. You can go ahead now to look for medical evidence to back it up. So people who think that because the women are just talking, they are not just talking. If those statements are made before a judicial police officer, they are binding. And they can lead to this man's arrest. It is a misdemeanor. Rape is a misdemeanor. But if there is a minor, it will become a felony. A misdemeanor is punishable with imprisonment up to 10 years. A felony is punishable with imprisonment more than 10 years. 346 sub 3.
We move away from the Heavey Bobda affair. We talk on a promotion this time around from the Kumba area, where some outstanding police officers of Meme Division have been awarded with epaulets for their outstanding services rendered to the population. The epaulet ceremony took place at Kumba, that was presided over by the senior divisional officer of that area of Meme, Twandong Chamberlain, as our Kumba-based reporter Roland Tinengwari tells us more.
Over 20 elements of the police force Friday in Kumba received epaulet awards. The event took place under the watch of the senior divisional officer for Meme, Chamberlain Twandong, and his entourage, top military personnel in the division, and other personalities. According to the senior divisional officer, the effort put in the place of work is what enabled the laureate to be honored by the state, as he sent messages of congratulations to them while encouraging others to work hard.
Ils n'ont pas pu avoir les boulettes en leur disant, si vous travaillez dur, on va également vous célébrer demain. Merci pour tout ce que les forces font pour préserver la paix et la sécurité dans de l'armée. Une fois encore.
Talking to the Central Police Commissioner, Charles Aman, he revealed the number of police officers promoted to their new ranks, as he equally extends congratulatory messages to those that made it, while encouraging the other colleagues to work harder.
Police de deuxième grade, 11 inspecteurs de police municipaux et 18 gardiens de la paix municipaux. Et j'invite également ceux qui n'ont pas été promus à continuer à travailler durement pour que dans les prochains jours, ils reçoivent aussi la même promotion que leurs camarades qui sont en joie aujourd'hui.
This laureate that was promoted to the Inspector of Police spoke to the High TV microphone.
What I can say is, first of all, to thank God for permitting me or to give me the opportunity to see this day. And then the next thing that I can say is to express like satisfaction because of the labor before I reach to this level.
It should be noted that in the midst of the crisis, the police officers in the division have stood the test of time.
We remain in the southwest region this time around with the regional capital of Buea. The town of Buea witnessed severe gunshot last Monday night as the population were watching the encounter between Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal in the AFCON 2023. This led to the death of one person and injured several others as some 4 vehicles were burned in the town of Buea. More with our reporter on that story.
Buea and some parts of the southwest region that have had relatively calmness for the past months now had a change of affairs last Monday, 29 January 2024, as alleged separatist fighters opened fire in the area as they went on rampage. The incident that took place some few minutes after 9 p.m. when many were watching the football encounter between Senegal and Ivory Coast in the ongoing African Cup of Nations.
I want to tell you that yesterday, 5 minutes before the match Senegal-Cote d'Ivoire, I received a call that they're shooting in Moliko, so I bashed into my car from Boassa, driving to Moliko. I can say I was the first to arrive at the scene. And I realized they have burned down about 4 or 5 cars, and when I shouted that, Amber, where are you? And some people now, I told them that if there's somebody who is not Amber here, come out, this is Moja. So one driver came out from the border and told me that Moja, thanks for coming. And then the other guy is hospitalized now, was shouting, Moja, please, so I'm here, and I removed him, he have 3 bullets. And then some other people were drinking, I came and removed them out of the zone.
The macabre incident that left 1 dead and 4 cars burned by the set assailants, as they say they want the locals to respect the traditional ghost town phenomenon.
They start shooting. Heavy gunfire, machine gun. Down with a touch house, the house will come down all. And the manhole have down, they operate. The one man there for me here, they holler. Any man will show head, any man will look, any man will come out. We kill it. As they burn motor, they burn all the motor middle road. From up there, they order about 3 days up, about 3 days down here. The one man there for Johnson, they about 7. As they burn the motor middle road. They ask this man to come down. This small boy for the one. If he refuse. As they put fire, motor they burn the petrol, they drag it down, they fall for blood down for the under tire.
These acts that have been condemned by many, as the locals have been encouraged to collaborate with the forces of law and order in order to avoid such repetition of such acts.
The military came. I want to also appreciate the military. We tried our best. So the information I want to pass is that the military, just like Moja, we are not magicians. We beg the local population to collaborate with us. I, for one, my number is 691-798185. You call them, we assist you. We are sorry for the loss, and we tell the ambassador that you have no peace. You have no peace. We are going to haunt you because we stand for one and indivisible Cameroon. What a shame for you to be killing your own people.
With the corpse of the deceased that have been deposited in one of the mortuaries in Buea, as many in the town could be seen going on with their daily activities this Tuesday, 30th January 2024.
You are watching High Prime, and we are coming to you live from our main studio here in High Television. We cross over to youth development. Koto Barombi youth from Bonge subdivision of Meme division in the southwest region have been urged to return back to the village to fast-track development and peace process in that part of the southwest region. The call was made by the chief of Koto Barombi, Nkele Boke Gottlieb Ntwe, who urged his subjects to do so in an enlarged youth meeting that took place in Buea. More with our reporter once more.
The vital role played by the youth in the growth and fostering of development of each society is quite vital. As such, youth from Koto Barombi village in Bonge subdivision are in Buea to champion for peace and development in their village.
We have assembled the youth, not the tribesmen in general. I wanted to encourage them that they should not be discouraged. Living out of their village is not an easy thing for somebody who knows that you have lived all your life, your activities, your family activities, even your educational activities in the village, and for many years you are out. It's our duty to assemble them and give them courage to continue.
The meeting that took place in Buea brought on board elites, notables, and other elements of Koto Barombi who all comment it's time to change the narrative via cleansing.
First thing is that we have to do a kind of cleansing. There has been a lot of bloodshed in the village. We have to do some cleansing. No developmental effort can succeed without cleansing. That is telling our ancestors that we are not part of what happened. And if it happens, they have to help us clean our image. Secondly, we have to harness the efforts of all the youth. We have people who have almost gone astray. We have to bring them back within the fold to see how we can together develop the village.
With some of the youngsters who are out of the village due to the socio-political impasse and the touristic and cocoa cultivation friendly nature of the village, the traditional ruler on his part believes it's time for them to go back.
They are out of the village and everybody is practically doing it for himself and on himself. We have never lived like that. So we say, let us start thinking of working together hand in hand, and not everybody only for himself.
With education being an important ingredient for the fostering of the society, they say it's time for them to have a change of the scenario by emphasizing on the need for the youth to have education taken seriously.
Only be giving them jobs in town, no? They have to go back there and develop those farms that they had abandoned because of the war, so-called war. So that's one of the main issues why we came together. Talked of schools, yes, children have to go back to school. Some of the schools were closed because some had to run away, and even the teachers had to run away. Now that there's a semblance of peace, or because it's not total, we have to see that the schools resume and children go back to school.
As they come together of the Koto Barombi youth and their parents end, the different elements of the village say all resolutions taken in Buea will be implemented adequately as they have set 2024 a year of return to Koto Barombi.
We talk fashion. The Cameroonian fashion industry is fast changing as women and ladies who now engages in ladies' beats and other activities that brings out their beauty. As such, many women have now engaged in the manufacturing of beads that comes in several shapes and sizes and in various fabrics and surplus and other issues. As such, Daniel Ikomemboa picks interest in this story and now tells us more.
Fashion design made in different models of dressing such as clothing, footwears, products, makeups are incredibly idealistic. Sometimes nothing gets more exciting than the promise of exposing one's toes to a well-deserved airing slippers, thus leading to this new trend of sandals and slippers in most shops and markets within Buea.
We do them because most people like them. Yeah, most people like the fashion thing, most especially the traditional things. Yeah. As you can see, this is gold beads, size 2, and water crystals, plastic water crystals, multicolor. Yeah, these are the things I use to do this one.
Unlike normal day shoes, the need for these perfect pairs becomes more imperative.
First of all, it's beautiful, and secondly, it's free. It's comfortable. When you put it on, you feel comfortable, you feel free. You easily move, you move freely, actually. That's why I chose that.
This is African beads. I love it. It's really beautiful, as you can see, and it makes me to go back to my roots as an African.
Given the fact that items we wear are oftentimes powerful and apparent form of personal expression, there is also a need to purchase irrespective of the price. However, due to the socio-political crisis in the region, these new designs of sandals and slippers made out of beads will also help to boost the economy and create jobs to many Cameroonians.
Remain with you, Daniel Komimbua. This time around, you'll be telling us on the women, nursing mothers of today who are now into the usage of baby diapers, forsaking the usage of baby napkins that were used by mothers of the yesteryears. To some, they opine that this is as a result of a change of mentality, as baby diapers are less expensive as compared to napkins, while others are of the opinion that napkins are more preferable. Daniel Komimbua, tell us more.
Within the market of diapers and napkins, the use of both by nursing mothers are sometimes influenced by prices, as a dealer in the business explained.
100 for everybody. Yes, even a bicycle rider or a truck pusher can afford the diapers, because 100 francs you go for your diapers.
The market for the napkins is very slow. Why for the diapers is very fast, because using the diapers is so expensive more than the napkins.
Despite their preferences, they are also being purchased as a result of the different brands the company produced. Given their affordable prices, some nursing mothers in Buea go in for diapers because, according to them, it is easier and disposable.
They have made it cheaper today. Even with 100 francs you can buy diaper as compared to napkin. But their duration, napkin stays longer than diaper.
While others prefer diapers, some think napkin is the best option.
I prefer using napkin because I don't have money that I will be buying diapers every day. But with the napkin, I use it as there are many. When I use the other one, I can wash and reuse it again.
I use diapers in the afternoon when I want to go out. I use diapers when I'm in the house. And then if I use napkin. A napkin is economical because when I use the napkin, I don't throw them. I wash them and dry them. But diapers is very expensive.
However, opinion still holds that diapers are more preferable as compared to napkins, where sometimes you may have to wash, wait until it gets dry before using it on the baby.
With that environmental report done for us by Daniel Komimbua, this is well concludes tonight's news podcast of Wednesday, the 31st of January 2024. It is the last newscast for the month of January. Thanks so much, and we are wishing you a happy start of a new month of February. Good night.